My phone buzzed at 6:14 on a Wednesday. I was halfway through nuking leftovers when the screen lit up with a voicemail from my father. I hadn't picked up in weeks, but I played the message right there, barefoot in the kitchen, still holding a plastic fork. His voice was clipped, colder than usual. "Don't come to the reunion, we're done." That was it. No explanation. Just those 5 words and silence. "My name is Gavin Marsh. I'm 58 years old." I stood there staring at the microwave as it beeped. I wasn't shocked. Honestly, I'd been waiting for this. I didn't bother calling back. I texted him 2 words. Understood. Then I walked to my desk, opened my laptop, logged into the portal for the commercial loan tied to my father's shop expansion, and clicked through to the borrower signatures. 2 years earlier, I'd signed on as co-signer for a $1.3 million expansion loan. Dad said he needed someone the bank trusted. I thought it meant I'd finally earned a seat at the table. Turns out I was just leverage. I unchecked the auto-renewal box, uploaded my withdrawal letter, clicked remove borrower, and just like that, my name came off the contract. I sat back in the chair. My chest didn't feel heavy anymore. It felt clear. That was the start. The next morning I woke up to 93 missed calls. My mother, my father, my brother Kyle, even their accountant screaming into voicemail like his house was on fire. I caught phrases like loan locked, can't access funds. What the hell did you do? That's when it hit me. They didn't cut me off. I cut them loose. My old man didn't raise kids. He built employees. From the time I could hold a wrench, he had me sweeping shop floors. No. How was school? No birthday cards. Just orders. By 12, I was reading income statements. He'd throw them on the table after dinner, tell me what's wrong with Q2, before I even finished eating. By 16, I was handling payroll while Kyle was out back doing burnouts in customer cars. He'd stumble in late, grease on his jeans, and Dad would just shake his head and smile. Boys will be boys. Meanwhile, I got called out for using the wrong font on a vendor invoice. Kyle had potential. I had duties. Mom stayed in her lane, told me, "Be grateful your father trusts you with the books. It means you're important." Important. Nah. Replaceable. Still, I kept grinding, graduated with honors, full ride waiting for grad school. Dad had different plans. Come home, the business is growing, I need someone sharp. Running point. I had a 6-figure offer in Dallas. Clear path. Stock options. But I was raised on duty, so I turned it down and moved home. Worked full-time, helped set up vendors, ran operations across 3 locations. Then came the expansion, $1.3 million from the bank. "We need a second signature," Dad said. I didn't hesitate. I'm in. No lawyer, no questions, just trust. Because in my head, this was the moment he finally saw me as a partner. But it wasn't partnership, it was positioning, his positioning. My signature gave him leverage, no voting rights, no ownership stake, just responsibility, mine. I thought I'd finally earned my seat at the table. The table had always been set for Kyle. I was just the guy dragging in the extra chairs and footing the catering bill. The shift was quiet. I almost missed it. Started with Kyle's expense reports, a $200 dinner in Vegas labeled client relations, then $2,000 at some bar in Scottsdale. No clients listed, just drinks, club names. He was billing his hangovers as business. I brought it straight to Dad. He didn't even flinch. He's learning. "He's stealing, Dad," I said. "Don't exaggerate, he's networking. You were young once," he said. I left without another word. That's when I knew he wasn't blind. He was choosing to look the other way. 2 months later, I stopped getting invites to Monday board calls. My company email stopped getting vendor updates. A parts distributor rep said, "Thought you weren't involved anymore. Kyle's handling it now." When my company card expired, the office admin replied, "We're consolidating resources." Next week, Kyle got a brand new standing desk and a massage chair. I didn't blow up. I collected, documented, waited. Started a folder at home on a flash drive. Called it contingency. Every sketchy charge, every meeting I got iced out of. I reached out to Matt, a buddy from business school at the bank that issued the loan. "I just want to know where things stand." "It's not good," he said quietly. Off the record. The loan was underwater, way behind on payments. But the bank was staying calm because my name was still on it. My credit, my financials, my signature. I was the insurance policy. They were bleeding the business dry, partying on borrowed time. using my name like a band-aid. Kyle got steak dinners, I got silence, he got second chances, I got slowly erased. I opened the loan account and drafted a flagged report to the bank, client dinners, Vegas trips, double-billed vendor invoices, everything tied to Kyle's activity. Numbers, dates, copies, no fluff. The loan wasn't guaranteed by me, just co-signed. That's the detail they'd banked on me not understanding. They forgot I'd been running numbers since I was 12. I called Monique, my lawyer. You were right, they're trying to box me out. Don't argue with them, she said flatly. Just pull the brick and let the wall fall. You're sure I'm clear legally? I asked. Absolutely. You're co-signer, not guarantor. You can walk. Do it clean and fast. For the first time in years, my chest wasn't tight, it was clarity. A hard, clean cut instead of the slow bleed they'd been running on me for years. I moved my assets into a trust 2 weeks earlier. Monique handled the paperwork, my credit fully shielded. The first call hit 5 minutes after the account froze, then another by noon. 78 missed calls, texts from Kyle. Bro, what the hell did you do? Call me now. Then Mom, sweetheart, why is your father yelling about lawyers? I took my name off the loan, I said. You can't do that, I already did. You're part of this family, she said. No, I said. I was a tool. You all just didn't expect me to stop turning. She hung up. Dad's voicemail came 2 hours later. We built this for you. Right, that's why I was locked out while Kyle billed shots of Patron to a parts account. Kyle's next text. You think you're so smart? Let's see how you feel when everything crashes. I didn't respond. Then the accountant, full volume. You're destroying their legacy. You just triggered a full audit. We can't even access payroll. Do you understand what you've done? Yeah. I understood better than any of them. I didn't destroy anything. I just pulled back the curtain. They were already standing in a burning building, I just made them look at the flames. They asked for a meeting the next day, in person, said we needed to clear the air. I agreed, only because I wanted to give them the ending they actually earned. They chose the old steakhouse, the one we used for birthdays and fake celebrations. I showed up 15 minutes late on purpose, dressed sharp, calm, quiet. 3 faces waiting. Mom stiff in her cardigan, Kyle fidgeting, Dad sitting back arms crossed like a CEO about to fire someone. Kyle stood. Thanks for coming. Didn't come for you, I said. Dropped into the open seat, slid an envelope across the table. Dad leaned forward. You made your point. No, I said. The bank did. In there. I nodded to the envelope. Is my full withdrawal from the loan, from the board, from every single piece of your company that had my name on it. He opened it, read the first line, stopped. I'm also tipping off the state auditor, I added. There are funds missing, Richard, and it's not just bad bookkeeping anymore. You're on your own. Kyle slammed his fist on the table. You're blowing this way out of proportion. You want to go line by line through your client dinners, I said. I've got receipts from a gentleman's club in Vegas, real classy networking. He looked down, said nothing. Mom's voice low. What do you want from us? Nothing, I said. That's the point. We're family, she said. No, I said. You're a business, and a bad one. I stood. You'll hear from the auditor soon. I suggest you cooperate. I turned and walked out, didn't look back. That night I waited for the guilt to hit. It didn't. A week later I signed a lease on a loft downtown, exposed brick, big windows, quiet, clean, finally mine. I started consulting. Mostly solo guys. Small business owners trying to untangle themselves from family partnerships that looked way too familiar. Turns out spending a decade cleaning up after Kyle made me more valuable than I realized. Hidden liabilities, power games, weaponized loyalty. I knew where it all hid and how to kill it fast. Monique and I kept in touch. You ever think about doing this full time? She asked one morning. I told her I am. We built a boutique firm together, clean, sharp, helping men break free from toxic family setups. 2 weeks later, our first client, a guy from Charlotte, pushed out by his brothers after helping build the family business from the ground up. Same playbook, same silence. 3 months later, I opened my mailbox, one last envelope from the bank, no return address. The commercial loan had been fully restructured. My name officially removed. No thank you, no apology, just the last thread cut clean. I filed it. Folder marked complete. That night I sat by the window with a beer in hand, no phone ringing, just quiet. They told me not to come to the reunion. I gave them more than that, I gave them my absence. And what they never accounted for was that I'd thrive outside their shadow. Every guy who walks into our office carrying a folder just like mine, stuffed with receipts and proof of being stepped on, I tell him the same thing. Sometimes they don't hate you. They just don't see you until you leave, and then they can't unsee what you were holding up the whole time.